Brian Banks was a star before he ever touched the NFL field. He was a dominant high school linebacker with scholarship offers and a future set in stone. One accusation, one lie changed everything. No trial, no evidence, no proof, just a claim. And the system didn't ask any questions. The system presumed guilt just because it was a black man. Brian was pressured into a plea deal, not because he was guilty, but because he was terrified of losing everything. And he still lost everything. And the courts gave him a choice, your freedom or your future. And he lost his college career. He lost his NFL dream before it even started. Years later, the truth came out. The accuser admitted that she lied on him. And she lied for attention. She lied for leverage. And after all that damage, Brian got his name back, but he never got the years that he gave that state penitentiary back. And this is the part that nobody likes to talk about. False accusations destroy lives permanently. When a woman is caught knowingly lying about these kind of crimes that they got them saying that these men be committing on them, and they lying, they get caught lying, they should be held accountable. There should be real consequences behind these kind of lies, not just a slap on the wrist, not just walking away free after ruining a man's life. Because I believe that prison time for proving false accusations will stop them lies cold. Because right now the system incentivizes fear. Innocent men are forced to settle, plead, or pay just to save their careers. This is not about disbelieving the real victims. This is about punishing people who abuse the system. Because when them lies are weaponized against the man, justice becomes a business for the woman. And too many promising lives have been sacrificed and destroyed so someone else can play the victim. Brian Banks survived it, but most never do. His story is a warning and a demand for accountability. Because even after doing that time, one thing I gotta commend the Atlanta Falcons for is giving Brian Banks a chance after he was proven innocent of all them false accusations. The Falcons gave him a chance. He didn't do much in the NFL because most of his prime was stolen from him during that prison time. But ain't nobody in this world will ever know what Brian Banks could have did if he would have got on a college team and did what he supposed to do and went to the NFL. Probably would have been the #1 draft pick in the NFL that year. That woman crucified his dream. And that man, when he got acquitted, he cried in the courtroom because he knew his life, his family, and his future was stolen from him from one lie that everybody believed without giving this man a proper trial. Y'all comment below and let me know if y'all know about the Brian Banks story. Y'all need to go watch that story. That's a good documentary that'll teach you how women lie on men. Now, I ain't going at the victim, because there's some victims out here. We know there's some crazy men out here, but there's some women out here that's assassinating men's characters with lies, and they need to be scrutinized, especially if them lies proven to be goddamn false. They need to do some prison time. The time the man was gonna get, stick their ass in the oven, cause that'll stop all these goddamn lies, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Nino Brown Sports on YouTube. I'll be back.
Being accused of rape, said you raped some girl on your campus. And I hadn't had nothing else to say from there. So we started to notice this heavy presence of police officers starting to build on our campus, going into our main building. And everybody's, in my school, Long Beach Poly is in the center of not the best neighborhood, it's the hood. But the number of police that we were seeing, really took our attention. Took our attention so much so that I remember getting up from that bench and I literally walked to one of the police officers. I said, "Hey man, what's going on?" I was very outspoken when I was young and I didn't have a problem talking to people. He says, "Brian, let me talk to you real quick." And he pulls me away from everybody and he said, "Hey man, when I was walking on campus right now, I heard the police say that they were looking for a kid by the last name of Banks. Did you get in trouble?" I said, "They ain't looking for me." And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is going on? Now, this whole time I'm thinking, not once in my mind am I thinking there's somebody on campus accusing me of rape. Now, one time in my thinking, the girl that I was just making out with went and called the police on me and there's an issue. Not even in my mind. And maybe a few minutes later, from the left side of my face, corner of my eye, I see the girl who made up the accusation, her mom, her older sister, and about 3 or 4 police officers exiting the campus. When I saw that, my whole heart just dropped. I'm like, oh shit. Now the reason I said oh shit was not because I'm thinking this girl is accusing me of sexual assault. I'm saying oh shit because this girl her mom is a known gang member, been in and out of prison, drugs, very aggressive, and she is very much in the likeness. So I'm thinking, fuck, she probably did something, got in trouble. They saw me moving around with her today on campus and they probably want to talk to me about it. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And as soon as I got out of view of them bending around the parking lot, I just went into a full sprint out of the parking lot through the baseball field of our team's baseball field. And I said, damn, I think the police are looking for me. And everybody start busting out laughing. So naturally I wake up and I jolt, like, what? And I hear don't move, stay still, put your hands behind your back. And I'm like, what? Put your hands behind your back. I'm putting my hands behind my back. And man, they handcuffed me and they yanked me up off the bed.